Good afternoon. In this video, we're going to go over this week's options watch list. Before I get to the watch list, if you're not in the room, you can find the link in the description of the video and in my bio section of social media accounts. Also, please like the video, subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so already. Now, looking at the put to call ratio right now, it's at 0.68. It's not really that high. It's a little high, but not at an extreme level. So, not going to pay too much attention to that. But the economic calendar for the week, let me refresh that. Let's see. Tomorrow, Monday the 31st, Chicago PMI at 9:45. That's all I see. The 1st, April 1st, we got ISM Manufacturing and Jolts at 10 o'clock. And that's about it. Wednesday, non-farm employment change at 8:15. Thursday, we got unemployment claims and ISM Services PMI at 8:30 and 10. And then on Friday, we have unemployment rate. And we have Powell speaking at 11:25. Why is he speaking? Due to speak at the Economic Outlook at the Society of Advanced Business Editing and Writing Annual Conference in Arlington. So we'll have to keep an eye on that. So with that said, the futures is down like 36, 35 points right now. So SPY is, let's see what SPY is at right this second, 552. So we're just going to assume, well, you can't assume that we're going to gap down because we could just rally all night long and open green and be green tomorrow when we open. So you can never assume just because we're down a lot now, we're going to still be down by morning. But with that said, SPY gets under 550, it's probably going to get kind of ugly. I mean, it gets under 550. You have to go pretty far out on the weekly. I mean, 550, 545, 540, 535, 530. Basically, every $5 is going to try to, but the big area right here is probably 525 if we even drop that much. But the RSI is pretty low in the hourly. It's 37. It's even going to be lower tomorrow. The weekly, the RSI is at 39. The RSI on the dailies bounced a little bit because we had this dead cat bounce. So we lose 550. It's probably going to get kind of ugly, and the RSI levels are going to really drop. VIX right now, well, it closed Friday at 22. If I had to guess, it's probably going to open up at 23 or even 24 tomorrow if it stays down at 35 points. But VIX can go all the way to 30. I mean, it's been going, it's popping to 25. It's selling off after it hits 25. So definitely keep an eye on that. Maybe we have a red day tomorrow and we just rally all week. I don't know. We'll have to see what happens. We're going to play it day by day and try not to be too biased on one side. But some things to look at also is Amazon. A lot of the charts look pretty much the same and very bearish. Head and shoulders. You get the left massive head and a right shoulder. It loses 191 or 190. We could see 185, 180, 175, 170 on Amazon. So downside, we could have some momentum picking up on Amazon, but I mean anything under $200 on Amazon is just, it seems like a gift to me. But anyways, I know a lot of it, this options watch list is going to be looking at the downside, but we'll be looking at the upside too, and tomorrow in real time. So now BA, I mean, head and shoulders, you get the left, you get the head, and you get the right shoulder partially showing right here. We get a gap fill down here at 162. So if we do lose this 170 area, we could probably see a gap fill down to 165, 163 to fill that gap, then possibly bounce. But if not, for some reason we do rally tomorrow, it gets over 185, 183 I should say. We're probably going to push to 190. It gets over 190. We could have a strong push to 200. So Boeing could pop. But we'll have to see what happens. It doesn't usually do what the market's doing. The market's been selling off, and BA will go against the market. It's done it in the past, and we'll do it again. Meta looks just like Amazon, head and shoulders left, head, right shoulder. It gets underneath 570. I mean, we got down to 560, 550. 530 is going to be a big area. 540. Every $10, all the way down to 500 on Meta. So keep an eye on that. Tesla. Same thing with Tesla. Tesla's got a hammer on the weekly. It's going to fill a gap at 250. If it gets underneath 260, probably fills the gap to 250. So watch Tesla on that. But if Tesla does manage to get a little bit of momentum, I would watch it over 280. Gets over 280. You're probably going to shoot to 300 on Tesla. So keep an eye on that. Microsoft. Same kind of thing, but the head and shoulders up Microsoft. It's already played out for the most part on the weekly, but if it does manage to get underneath this 376 area, could see 375 and 375. We lose that. Looking at 365, 360, 350. 350 would be a very big area, and 340 has been a big area too. So some downside. A lot of the tickets I'm looking at this week have downside charts, bearish charts, but it doesn't mean anything. We could just show a bearish chart and we could just pop tomorrow. We could just gap down and we could just rage all day, because SPY loves to gap down, and when it does gap down pretty big, like right here, it gapped down and it raged all day right there, and it likes to do that, and we could definitely see that on see right here. It gapped down because you see it closed right here, but it gapped down and it raged right there for the week. So we could definitely see that. So definitely keep an eye on when SPY gaps down big. They usually step in and buy it up at open, but doesn't mean go in and buy calls as soon as the market opens tomorrow, because anything can happen. So that's going to do it. Thanks for watching, and that's why you need to be in the room.